Hi everyone and welcome to another video on the Metz Gaming channel. Now, a few months ago you might remember me doing a review of various Xbox One controllers. We compared the bog standard Xbox One controller, normal one in black, to the Lunar White edition, to the Dark Shadow Blue edition, and my very own custom Evil controller. And we kind of determined that the Lunar White was the way forward. It had the best features, the grippiest controls, and in my personal opinion it was the most subjectively attractive of the bunch. Now the Xbox One S has just recently launched, and alongside that they've released a new white controller. Now this is, I think, meant to replace the Lunar White. Is now Bluetooth control, and it also adds grip onto the controller, which was missing from the other standard variants. So what we're going to do today is have a quick look at the controllers to see if the new white Xbox S controller stands up against Lunar White and its other compatriots. So let's get involved. This is what you all wanted to see. This is a brand new Xbox One S white controller. I got this free with the console, and I love the Lunar White controller, so it's no surprise that I really like this white aesthetic that they've gone for with this controller. I'll just show you the rear as well. It's all pretty standard stuff. Now, missing from Lunar White was a gold D-pad and gold shoulder buttons. Now, it's not terribly important. That's purely aesthetics. It doesn't affect the ability of the controller whatsoever, but it's up to you whether you prefer that kind of thing. I think this looks just as good. Gold or black, they both look really nice, so no big deal there. Now, it has the 3.5mm jack, which all new Xbox controllers are getting, which is absolutely essential. And where this really differs from the previous releases is that this will immediately pair your console by Bluetooth. You don't even have to do anything. When I booted up my Xbox One S for the first time, no pairing button required, it's instantly recognised it, and away we went. So in that respect, really great. Now, the one thing that I really wanted from this controller that it hasn't delivered on in comparison to Lunar White was adequate gripping on the handles. Now, the Lunar White controller had very defined grippiness. It was quite substantial, and it made it perfect for long sessions of playing sports games, FPSs, that kind of thing. Now, they have included grip on the new one, but it's so slight, it's absolutely negligible. You barely even notice. I could show you on the camera here, but I don't think it'll be able to focus, so I'm going to put some images on the screen where you can just see how fine this grippy texture is that they put on there, as opposed to actual physical rubber grip on the Lunar White. So we have to score this controller down in that respect. That's definitely a big miss from the rest of them. So whilst we're on the subject of comparing this to other controllers, you get one last look at that there before we move on. I'll show you the other ones I have. I have three other ones in my immediate collection. We have the bog standard but new release of the Xbox One controller with 3.5mm handle. But this is the tried and tested formula. It works just fine, but in my opinion could do with a grip on paddles. You could install your own custom ones. It'd be nice if that came out of the box, but this is a classic joypad, no big deal, and is really nice. Most people prefer black anyway. Third one, and the least favourite of all, purely because of its age. This is the Advanced Warfare Limited Edition. I got this with my consoles. I bought the Advanced Warfare variant. This is a bog standard Xbox One controller, has no special features, and because it's quite old, it doesn't even have a 3.5mm pad. So this is entirely a spare controller as far as I'm concerned. Looks quite nice if you're into that kind of thing. I particularly like the gold D-pad. That's really sweet. But nothing remarkable about this controller. It's just whether you're into Call of Duty and you like the aesthetics or not. Beyond that, completely bog standard. Now, given that you're going to have to pay £50 or so premium to get the new Xbox One S white controller, you have to compare it to some of the other more specialised options on the market. Now, you can have a look at my previous videos. You should be able to see on my channel where I compare the Lunar White to the Blue Dark Shadow, and we decided Lunar White won out on that one. But the other thing we compared it to is a little bit special. This is my custom Evil controller. Now, if you're not familiar with Evil controllers, they're a little bit like Scuff, whereby you can customize certain elements of your controller, add auto fire features, rapid reload, all that kind of stuff. But mine does have a rapid fire mode on it. I like to use as semi-automatic weapons in certain online games. cheating, I know, but whatever, makes it more fun for me. But what I really like about this is how I customise the look and the feel of this controller. So we have this lovely red digital camo, which I think looks quite nice. You can get this in different colours as well, and that goes around the back as well and into the battery port, so that's really cool. It has a red LED, you can see that flashing, which again, I customised that myself. You can get different coloured buttons or just go for generic white ones or whatever. I decided to keep the original because I quite like the look of that colour layout. So what this also has that I think they should have gone for in Lunar White, and sorry, not the Lunar White, the Xbox White controller, is it has this very special paint job here on the handles. I'll try and get that to focus as best I can. But you can see it's quite textured and it's very dry, and this makes handling the control for long periods of time absolutely wonderful. It never slips out your hands. It helps with aiming because you're not twitching your hands around everywhere. So when I'm playing first-person shooters, this is definitely my controller of choice. It's totally up to you whether you think it's the best looking of the ones that we just had a look at. I think the Lunar White one is just my favourite anyway, but I like the variation with this, and I would happily buy another one of these in a different colour, maybe go for a blue digital camo or urban digital camouflage, that sort of thing. But these are really great controllers. The problem is they're very expensive. Depending on what options that you add to your customization, this can go up to £150–200 very, very quickly. So think very carefully before you invest in one of these, but if you play first-person shooters in particular for hours and hours and hours, I think there's a justification for buying one of these. So in summary, going back to the white Xbox One S controller with Bluetooth, it gets thumbs up for Bluetooth, it gets thumbs down for basically being a step backwards from Lunar White. I genuinely thought that Lunar White was being taken off the market to be replaced by this, so it was essentially going to be the same thing, slightly different colour, and with Bluetooth, which would have made it perfect. However, it really isn't. A couple of other minor details I don't like about this, and this is totally subjective, so if you think I'm talking a load of crap, I totally understand, but this is just something that bugs me. And I'll put some pictures up on the screen in case my camera can't pick this up here, but I don't know if you notice on the Xbox button here, it's completely flat now, whereas on the original it's ever so slightly raised, which I think makes finding the button a little bit easier without looking. That's a very minor complaint, but in general I was expecting a little bit more from the new white controller, and it hasn't delivered, unfortunately. So where does that leave us overall? Well, Lunar White for me is still the best official Xbox One controller you can get out there. They're not officially for sale anymore, but you can still find them in various online outlets, on eBay. Unfortunately, unscrupulous individuals are charging very high prices for this. It is a limited edition controller, and quite possibly the best on the market. It certainly is by my books, so you're going to have to pay close to £100 to get one now, which is a really great shame. If you're not fussed about grip, then obviously the new White S is the one to go for at £50. But I wouldn't be surprised if they end up increasing in price as they become less and less available online. And as people will have noticed, the new Xbox One S console is selling on eBay for more money than it originally sells for at recommended retail price. You can make a lot of profit on them at the moment because they're in short supply, and I imagine this controller might be the same way. So just bear all that in mind before you make your final choice on what it is you're going to go for. But if you trust old Metz opinion here, try and get a Lunar White. Otherwise, maybe save up a few pounds more and go for a custom job, whether it's Scuff or with Evil controllers. I've had several Evil controllers for various different systems, and they've all been fantastic. I would highly recommend them. So I hope that video was helpful to you. If it was, please leave a like and a comment, and if you could subscribe to my channel to get further updates on other products I'm reviewing or other game footage that we're looking at, that would be great. If you dislike it for some reason, you know what to do. Hopefully this has been a little bit of help to you. So until next time, guys, thanks very much. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.